I'm Nick Seco from Home Right Windows and Doors, and we're located in Waynesboro, Pennsylvania. So we do vinyl replacement windows, we do steel and fiberglass entry doors, we do aluminum storm doors, and we do sliding patio doors, all made by Provia. The windows are a vinyl replacement window, and it could be anything from double hungs to casements to bay and bow windows and everything in between. So when somebody calls in the office and needs an estimate, they get Roxanne on the phone typically, and she would schedule an appointment for me to come out and take some measurements, provide some literature, go through what options we have, and then I would follow up within about 24 to 48 hours with an estimate with all the details of the products as well as the installed price. I find that we're typically much more affordable than the companies that you see advertising on TV or in a lot of other places. If they're spending a lot of advertising dollars, obviously they're passing those costs on to their consumers. You could go to our website at homerightwaynesboro.com, or you could call us at 717-749-4874.
Local and live, covering Franklin and Washington counties, it's Let's Talk TriState with Tiny and Katie.
Hey, I'm Andy, and I am with the Coach's Corner, and we are doing a little bit of a fun kind of mix up here with Let's Talk TriState, and we're going to actually have, we have Tom Burtman here today, and he's the promotions director for the Hagerstown Flying Boxcars, and we are going to get into some of the team aspects this coming season, in the 2025 season. We're going to talk a little bit about some promotions they've got going on. It's going to be a great time, and this interview is all brought to you by Home Right Windows and Doors. So Tom, let's get started here. First of all, what do you have coming up big for the Flying Boxcars in the 2025 season? Any huge events?
Yeah, well, obviously opening day is just a few days away for us, so that's always a huge event. A lot of distinguished folks in the audience, and we'll be acknowledge them prior to the game. But just a lot of really cool things. Some history things we're going to bring out. Willie Mays obviously has a really good tie to the Hagerstown area, being that was the first place he played in the professional minor league baseball system. So we have a night dedicated to him, where our players will all be wearing jerseys similar to the ones he wore when he was here with the Trenton Giants. That's going to be a huge night. We have the Negro League Museum coming out from Baltimore, setting up displays. We're excited about that. We're working with Warehouse Cinemas later this season with on the Smurfs night we have going on. Smurfs, a big movie coming out later this summer, so we're working with Warehouse Cinemas to make a Smurfs evening. We'll have the old staples. We'll have the Star Wars night. We'll have the Harry Potter night, things of that nature. Our wrestling night last year was huge, and we have two major stars coming out this year for our wrestling night. They'll be wrestling prior to the game. They'll be signing autographs during the game, and wrestling matches after the game. So, yeah, it's a lot of great promotions we have this year. A lot worked last year, so we're bringing them back. We always have our Christmas in July. It's always a great event. Margaritaville night is always fun. But, yeah, some great giveaways. The first couple of giveaways include a beach towel to get you started for that Memorial Day weekend, a kid's beach towel as well. So, there's some great things going on this year, Andy. We're excited. We learned a lot from year one, what we can do, what we can't do, and what the fans want, and we're just going to enhance that to year two.
And it was a great year one, too. I mean, a lot of people were happy with the team and just getting out to the games in the park. The park's beautiful. And if you haven't been to the park, definitely get out and see it.
Absolutely.
They can come out on opening day, April 25th, like you said. I want to talk a little bit about the F&M Strikeout Initiative. Just to give everybody kind of an idea of what that is, can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so F&M partnered with us last year and donated $100, and they'll pick the charity of their own, but they donated $100 for every strikeout, or excuse me, $10 for every strikeout. And I forget what the total was, but it was quite a good total last year. Our manager is really keen on working with the community. We really got a good manager. Mark Mason is all about that. He's been around baseball for years. He knows what partnerships can be made in the community and doing things like this. So the Strikeout Initiative with F&M Trust it worked so great last year. Let's do it again this year. They're great partners to work with. And hopefully we get even more strikeouts than last year. Our pitching staff struggled a bit last year. Mark brought in some really good pitchers this year that can fire strikes. We've seen that in the spring training games we played already this year. Our pitching staff, although giving up a few runs, they've been striking out quite a few. So great to be partnering with F&M Trust again on that initiative. And yeah, I mean, we'll keep a running tally throughout the season. We like to throw that tally up on the video board, but looking forward to working with F&M again this year.
Very cool. Yeah, Mark is a great guy.
He is a great guy.
Spoke with Mark a few times, and definitely you can tell he's involved in his community for sure. So you talked a little bit about your promotional nights, like the Harry Potter night, Star Wars night. Let's talk a little about your weekly promos that happen on a weekly basis. Tuesday night, baseball bingo. Yeah. And then tell us a little bit about the Wednesday night Hardy Pet Bark in the Park night and the Community Heroes night.
So Community Heroes, if our Community Heroes, we can't do it without them. Let's be real. So we have a special night for them. They can bring themselves and their family out. Special pricing, $6 tickets every Wednesday. It's something that we didn't do the first year, again, with just getting our feet wet. And it's something that we immediately talked about after the season to make happen. We've been reaching out to the local fire departments, police departments, ambulance squads, any first responder, any community hero you can think of. So we'll have military, we'll have, again, I said nurses, but $6 ticket. All they have to do is come to the window, the Meredith Park box office, and get those $6 tickets. We expect to have really good Wednesdays. We're very fortunate, Andy, in minor league baseball, and I can tell you because I've been in minor league baseball for a number of years, Tuesday, Wednesdays are not really good nights to play baseball. People don't come out. Our Tuesday and Wednesdays, the rest of the league are jealous about what we had in year one, what it's looking like for year two. Right. So you mentioned about the Bark in the Park. Of course, bring your dogs out to the park. That's always fun. Mm-hmm. We love to get them fired up with a little bit with the little doorbells and on the PA system and things of that nature, so we can get them barking. But again, a great turnout last year for. We changed it a little bit for those Wednesday nights, and we thought it would be better to work with our community heroes. Looking forward to that. You mentioned Tuesday too. Tuesday, Silver Slugger night. Mm-hmm. Another night that most of the time people just don't come out. Yeah. We had Tuesday nights were just a wonderful night. Silver Slugger packages for $80. You get a ticket to every Tuesday night game. You got to be 55 and older. I'm 55 and older, and I think that's why they picked the 55 and not 60, because I'm not quite 60. But we did 55 and older, and we sold so many of those packages. We play baseball bingo, and that's just a case of where it's not a B6 or a I-17. We're looking for hits and runs and walks and errors, and you just follow along. And people had a blast with that last year, so we'll do it again this year. Homewood is a sponsor behind that. Bark in the Park, back to that on Wednesday. Hardy Pet, great to work with those folks as well. We're very fortunate with the sponsorships that we've had. They're really good people. They're local businesses, and they want to see us thrive.
Yeah. That's awesome. And with the Community Heroes Night, it'd be a great opportunity coming up within a week at least. You could talk about the heroes in our community that have helped out with all the devastation that's happened this past weekend.
It is. You've seen that.
Yeah, great moment to highlight them and give thanks to all of those people for sure who've been helping out. It doesn't end there on Wednesdays. You guys have Thursday and Friday promotions as well, and I think one everybody probably loves and shows up for the most, Thirsty Thursdays.
I love to tell people, I feel like that started in Hagerstown many years ago, and if you're from the area, whether it's Hagerstown or Greencastle, Chambersburg, Martinsburg, everyone came to Old Municipal Stadium on Thirsty Thursdays. Yep. They didn't give nothing about the baseball. They were just there to have a good time. Well, it's a little different here with the flying boxcars in that it's more relaxed. People are there obviously to have fun, but it's just a more relaxed venue. You have that space out there in left field where we invite the Verstanden crew to come out all the time to entertain us on Thirsty Thursday evenings. So people are just hanging out, they're drinking, they're having fun. They're protected now. at the old municipal stadium, you have to be looking for foul balls all the time. We have that netting going down the line, so they can stand there, they can enjoy their drink, they can enjoy that conversation, watch some baseball, but take advantage of those Thirsty Thursday pricing. And Fridays, my goodness, I'm not sure if you made it to any fireworks Fridays last year.
I did see one.
They were tremendous, yes. And I just got off the phone with our fireworks people this morning because we like to theme those nights with music, and we talked about it. He goes, Tom, I'm bringing it even better this year. So super excited about that. And like I said, if you saw them last year, you're going to want to see them again.
I was impressed last year. It was really, I mean, not that I didn't expect a great show to begin with, but I didn't expect it to be to that level. But it was
really good.
My kids loved it. And so if you got kids, bring them out and let them see the fireworks on Fridays. Definitely. You don't want to miss it. Saturdays, you have some premium giveaways to the first 1,500 adults. There'll be special appearances, live music, pregame. And then Sundays is for the kids as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Giveaways for the first 1,000 kids, 14 and under. They get to run the bases after the games. My nephews did that last year a couple times, and they loved it. And they would a pregame catch on the field, I believe, some autograph sessions, boxcar buddy days. How much of is it a turnout like that almost every weekend where they're just flooding the stadium?
Yeah, it was our first season, and ticket sales already for the second seat are exceeding what we were getting last year. So I mean, it's the really cool thing about this is, and I've been in the area my entire life, and I followed the Hagerstown Suns for 40 years, and fortunately worked as part of that team for the final 9 years. So with that said, I always knew that the stadium was going downhill, and that what this whole area needed was just some place where you could just bring your family, connect with your friends, connect with your neighbors, connect with new people, and they built that right in downtown Hagerstown. And we saw it last year. People were just coming out and enjoying it. We made some improvements to the stadium this year, and I think the fans are going to love those too. So, yeah, all I can say is, if you enjoyed year one, you're going to enjoy year two even more. I promise
That's really
you that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Another program that you guys do, the Host Family program, I actually had a friend that participated in that last year. Pretty cool program for your players. Tell us a little bit about that, how that works. Does everybody have to choose a host family, or is it a
No, they
choice?
don't. Well, and the way we set it up is we have some of our players that fly in from the Dominican or fly from California, and they don't have a vehicle. So we have some select housing available to them that we can set them up with. Some of the other guys with cars are the ones that are really ideal for host families. I handled the host family before with the Suns and was asked to take it over last year. We had about 9 families last year. We doubled it this year. Wow. So we have more host families than we have players we need hosted. But it's an opportunity for the player to number one, save some money, because they're not making a whole lot of money in the Atlantic League. And as well as anybody how hard it is to find housing for 6 months at a reasonable price. So these families open their homes to these players. These players come in, and it gives them a sense of normalcy. These players are away from their family. Sunday was a prime example. Easter Sunday, some of the players came to the field, and I was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And they, "Oh, we're going back to the house." They invited me back for their and it was really cool because they can really get that family connection, and it does really bring a normalcy, because all these guys think about is baseball. They need that time to get away from it. So the ones in host families are really appreciative. I know the family. I probably know the family. I'm sure I know the family that you're talking about, and we have some more folks here in Greencastle that jumped on this year. So, yeah, that program is something that it's kind of ironic, real quickly, that in Major League Baseball, after the strike, when minor league baseball kind of disappeared, in the sense that where they were all individually owned. They got rid of the Suns, they got rid of the Keys. Major League Baseball took over minor league baseball, and part of that whole collective bargaining agreement, they promised to pay, or they said they'd pay the minor league players more money and provide housing for the players. So there's no longer a host family set up in Major League Baseball, but in the independent leagues around the country there is, and it's very helpful. So yeah, I mean, it's just a great way to connect to the city and to connect to the area as well.
Yeah, and it helps with the mental, from a mental standpoint too. You got to keep a clear mind, and it's nice to know that you have people you can rely on, and you're not just out there alone. Yeah,
yeah,
you're right.
Absolutely.
Another great program that you guys have for kids is the Boxcar Bookworms. I mean, summer reading program, and you read a certain amount of books, and you can get a prize. What kid doesn't want to get a prize? So tell us a little bit about how kids can have their parents help them sign up for this if they want to participate, and when the Boxcar Bookworm game dates are, if you know them off the top of your head.
I don't know them. Yeah, you good? Yeah, I'm glad you have them off the top of my head. Come on, Andy. I can't remember. I'm 56 years old. I can't remember what I had for breakfast today. But in all seriousness, wow. We mentioned that on social media, and we just got hammered. I think we're already up to 500 kids signed up. Wow. And the season hasn't started yet. Yeah. Who doesn't remember, even those my age, doesn't remember the reading programs we had back when we were kids, and we got a free personal pan pizza from
had to get
Pizza Hut.
Mm-hmm.
So
you got it.
This is our way of giving back to the city, giving back to the community. Because when I say city, it's anywhere. Anybody that in reading distance of Meredith Park can reach out to us at flyingboxcars.com. Sign up for that reading program. Read those books. I believe there's a form that you bring to the stadium. Xfinity is the proud sponsor of our bookworm program, so it's a case of you bring it there, and Xfinity will hand you the prize. I mean, I know as a kid I hated learning and I hated doing all that stuff in the summertime, but if I knew there was a ticket involved and a prize involved, I would definitely.
It's a little different story.
But we were shocked at how many people signed up just right away, and it's a steady. We're getting it. So if you haven't yet signed up, tell those folks that are watching and listening that go to Hagerstown, flyingboxcars.com. There's a sign-up page for the Boxcar Bookworm program, and we'll get you into the stadium here. Now tell them those dates, because I don't remember.
I got
those
them right
dates.
here for you. June 24th, July 29th, and August 26th.
All right, there we go. So some prime summer games at the ballpark. Come out and join us, and all you got to do is read some books and make it happen.
Simple as that.
Absolutely.
So, do you have any new players coming into the team this year? And how many returning players do you have coming back? Do you know about?
Yeah, we have. I think we have 6 returning players that are back. We didn't do well last year, and it wasn't in the sense that we didn't have good players. It was just the chemistry wasn't there, and that's just
takes time.
It does. In the first year, it just takes time. We did not have a true spring training. Our stadium wasn't built. So these guys were showing up at Hagerstown Community College, rolling out of their cars, throwing on their cleats and going out there on that field and playing. And very appreciative of HCC for helping us last year. But it was so much nicer this year. These guys rolled into town around April 12th to the 14th. On the 15th, they had their physicals. On the 16th, they can have a collective practice. I've hung out with these guys. I was there Sunday afternoon with them as they all got together. It's a great group of guys that really seem to like each other, and that's what we didn't have last year. Not that they didn't like each other, but we just didn't have that glue for the whole team. And this year, it looks like we're there. So as far as the new guys that we have coming in, we knew this was going to happen, that other teams that came in last year saw our facilities and said, I want to play there. So we're seeing a lot of guys that played at York last year, at Southern Maryland, Lancaster, Long Island. They wanted to play in our stadium, and Mark took the best of the best. He just we had a draft of players down in North Carolina, picked up 2 really good pitchers that are throwing heat. So we'll add some more of those F&M strikeouts. But names. I don't really want to single anybody out, but we got a couple guys that look like they work out all the time. And watching them in batting practice and seeing them in that first spring training game, they can hit the ball a long way. So be careful where you park around the city of Hagerstown.
So tell us how we can stay up to date with all the Boxcar information and news. Is it just the website? What's the social media plug?
Yeah, Flying Boxcars, everything. We're on all the social media channels. I mean, again, a guy like me, I'll look at the internet, I'll Facebook and stuff like that, but there's so many other outlets out there that we use. Yeah. We use Instagram and Snapchat and X and all that, and Facebook, but the best way to really stay in touch is flyingboxcars.com. You go to our website. Very happy with the way our website has turned out this year. So you can go there and get everything. And I really stress this to people that the only one or two true places to get tickets for the Flying Boxcars is at our flyingboxcars.com website or at our box office. Our box office is open daily before the season, 11 to 2. You can stop by anytime now before Friday and get tickets. Once the season starts, we'll set a start time when the boxcar or the box office will open and be open until the game is done. But they're the only two places that you should really be getting tickets. All these third-party sites, we had cases last year where people were paying $150 for a ticket. Or even $75 for a ticket. Yeah. Our tickets are $14, or for a good seat, $14 to $16. So don't go to those third-party sites. Come to our flyingboxcars.com site. All the games are listed. Everything's done digitally now, so it'll go right to your phone. And if you want to print it out, you can print it out at home, but it'll go right to your phone. You show up at our gate, show them your phone, and in you go. It is as simple as that.
Awesome. Well, come on out April 25th and see opening day, see the Flying Boxcars kick off their season. Thank you so much for hanging out today, Tom.
Andy, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
If you'd like to be featured on an upcoming episode of Let's Talk Tri-State, call 717-597-9200 or email letstalk@921thegoat.com.